At the start of 2023, an Asia FNCS champion named Swizzy announced he was moving to EU. He proved himself as one of the region's best when he won Chapter 2 Season 8 FNCS, then placing 9th, his first FNCS on EU, showing he could hang on the region. In Major 3, he teamed up with Putrick, and in Grand Finals, they had a consistent first 5 games, won Game 6, closing out Day 1 in first place. On Day 2, they kept rolling. Games 7, 8, and 9 were all good games.
Лучший, блядь! Лучший?
Нет,
Expanding their lead and putting an exclamation point on the tournament in Game 11.
For number 1v2 to not go their way, they need to make it happen. They'll be a bit more conserved, not jumping down willy-nilly, and they can't even because the maps aren't there.
They just run out. It's cost them so much, but he's the front man. He's the damage. Swizzy finds it, though. What a good win, what a good day, and what a good tournament for Swizzy and Putrick.
When the dust settled, they had dominated the world's greatest region with an over 150-point win. Swizzy becoming one of just 2 multi-region FNCS winners, winning $200,000 and a spot at the Global Championships later that year. But he didn't have long to bask in the victory as things became unpleasant very quickly.
What?
Within a few weeks, due to his Russian tax residency, he had his global championship spot and his prize money voided.
In case you somehow missed it, in March of last year, Epic Games added that players who are residing inside Russia will not be able to claim prize money moving forward in tournaments.
An absolutely devastating setback. One that some players would not recover from. But Swizzy is different, and he began his comeback almost immediately. He moved to Serbia, but his first bounce back attempt amounted to just a 21st in Grand Finals. So it would have to happen in Major 2, where he teamed up with Vanyak, one of Fortnite's best fraggers.
Nice!
The rest of low ground, Clown is there too. My goodness, this duo is just splintering apart the lobby. Vanya now up inside, first place, looking to just further that lead. Finds Pico, snap, aim, finds Flowdack. He's still shooting. This man has the equivalent of a railgun. He does not stop and gets the Siphon 2, looking too magnetic for the moment.
The laser beam, he couldn't miss, and now heading to the front of the zone. He did everything he needed to do in that instance, but now continuing to look, he sees Malibuka deep in the zone, but he needs to focus on his own position. There's still Clown here that could cause him some issues, and of course Acrovino, but Acro might be going down here. Clown doing big shots. Vanyak takes him out though. Acro in the back of the zone, such low HP, and Vanyak just needs to connect with anything, and he does. Malibuka now below him, he sees him, and in this instance a 1v1 Vanyak versus Malibuka. He's done so well up to this point, 11 eliminations. Can he take out the final player though?
Has to keep the chain going, has got every single almost elimination in what looks to be a solo FNCS. Look at him, Malibuka, both now up towards max HP. No builds for Vanya though, has to find just the shot. It's Malibuka who has the next piece of control, the next voice up top, but Vanya has the prediction, knows what side is the best, and finds Malibuka with 2 shots in a spray. That is just insane from Vanya,
who spent the last 2 years speedrunning to the top of the region. A 4th in 2023's Major 2 with Garmy, joining Become Legends in its 2nd iteration, but he was cold since Major 2 with no great placements, and coming off a 25th in Major 1. As a duo, they had a decent season together, with a 2nd in a Cash Cup and a 2nd in a qualifying week. Not the level of dominance you'd expect to see from a future champion, but no team on the region had distinguished themselves, leaving the tournament wide open, where they would land uncontested at Brawler's Battleground. However, they did have one person who did not believe in them, the legendary coach BloodX, coaching players like Tayson, Cammy, Queasy, Veno, and Seti to their greatest moments.
Let's go! Let's go!
His lack of confidence in Swizzy and Vanyak led him to make quite the bet.
Someone in chat, BloodX said, if Swizzy wins, I'll strip myself naked and start OnlyFans.
Putting a lot more at stake than just a Fortnite tournament.
Oh man, I feel like wow.
Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2 was Greek god themed, with 4 new POIs, each with a medallion granting a special ability and mythic weapons. An avatar update that added waterbending to competitive, which happened to be the only weapon without a bullet drop.
Peterbot, meanwhile, still trying to establish his lead, maintain his dominance. Hikes absolutely massacred in the distance thanks to that waterbending.
Making it the meta. On North America, Peterbot and Poyo were in the midst of an insane run using the Aspect of Agility medallion and the mythic shotgun from Grim Gate. So, the fact that reigning champions Fntasia and Malabuko were landing there made them seem like the favorites going into the tournament. But there was just one catch. They had not played that well throughout the season, but on pedigree and drop spot alone, they seemed to be positioned to go back to back. Though going into grand finals, they'd be contested. After placing second by just 1 point in Major 2, Queasy and Thomas HD were having a season from hell.
And I don't know if any of you guys watch their games. It's a disaster.
Spawn issues, game crashes, and everything in between meant they would have to make grand finals via the lower bracket. But being two of the greats on the region mean they can never be counted out. Much like Swizzy, Teeny made huge waves in Major 3 where he placed third, using an unconventional but brilliant strategy where he and his duo Misha would surprise camp different players' loot routes. And it worked! But after a disappointing Globals, then Major 1 in 2024, he teamed up with Chap. And no, not that Chap.
Hold on, let me edit it.
How fast do I go?
As fast as you can.
Go, boys, build it, build it, go.
Oh my god, what?
Chap had never played in a grand finals, but he and Teeny seemed to have instant chemistry. And when Mongrel and Savage failed to qualify, they would have their drop spot uncontested. Kaysen and Veno are a super team looking to bounce back from a 15th in Major 1, but they were contested at Fencing Fields. If you can believe it, Cammy and Seti have not won an FNCS on EU since 2021 in Chapter 2 Season 8, going into Major 2 with their drop spot uncontested and a chip on their shoulder. And a path to victory. Reason and Vidil emerged as 2/3 of 2021's most exciting trio. They experienced some high points, such as Vidil winning a championship with Jonas. However, throughout 2023, they were solid but not standout, blending into a larger group of good players without breaking into those elite ranks on the region. In Major 1, they surprised the region by leading after the first 8 games.
2v2, height versus low as Reason drops in, cracks one, unable to get the knock. Vidil now forced as a solo.
He still has the medkits. He gets it canceled though by a threat to try to jump up. Second one going off. It's also going to be canceled.
Unfortunately, their tournament unraveled when Vidil disconnected in Game 10. A disappointing end to an encouraging tournament, so they would see redemption in Major 2. Finally, Andalex, the French legend, was duoing with Sato. In Major 1, they finished 10th after ending Day 1 in 34th. His first top 10 placement in FNCS since Chapter 2 Season 7 in 2021. Meaning that despite a distinguished career, he had never played in a global LAN and was hoping to change that. He and the rest of the lobby would have that opportunity, as the top 5 teams would qualify for global championships later that year. So, with so much on the line, here is FNCS Major 2. Cammy is cooking with waterbending. Bet Doja Cat loved that one.
Take a look at what Cammy and Seti have been doing. Oh, Pink. Gets knocked down. It's what you love to see. I mean, Queasy's 2 of Queasy's 3 FNCS titles have come.
Vanyak and Swizzy take out Queasy.
And Vanyak, huge elimination for them. But knocking on the door right after is Queasy Thomas. He takes a huge shot, getting fought back, even knocked down by Vanyak and Swizzy. Teamwork is too strong coming out of them. And now Thomas, he's going to feel the pain.
Vanyak cooks Teeny and Chap. A highlight play in a strong game.
He is playing like a veteran, like he's been here more than enough. But Vanyak has definitely been here for sure. Down goes Teeny, down goes Chap.
And Abul wins in a heel-off.
Dives into the storm, checks the first bush, nowhere in sight, nowhere to be found. Relvis and Debule win game 1.
With Seti down, Cammy has to make plays. Chap somehow pulled off this reboot.
Got connected. We'll see if Chap was able to do it. No. It looks like he actually might have been able to. We got both elims.
Swizzy and Vanac cook.
Game 1, they knew that wasn't enough. They had a ton left in the tank. They realized it's a marathon, not a race, and they even matched their elimination totals invested in this game.
Cammy caps off one of the craziest solo clutches ever.
Cammy having a wonderful game, 44 points, all as a solo since the start of the game, reaching to a top 6 position. Still has some bandages left, and right now he's trying to target out high ground. That's that's Vanac and Swizzy, excuse me, there, who spotted him out at the tail end. Even though they're getting chopped down, it's no worries for them.
This is incredible. Top 6 already as a solo, basically. Cammy, he's not even done yet. Sees a duo, forced to back down. Shots from above, no materials, not many options. Eventually gonna drop.
Swizzy and Vanac close out the 11 elim win.
It's going to be it, barring any miracles, as Pink gets shut down, taken out. It's Swizzy, it's Vanac there on the high ground, and they're targeting out Reason, who's all by himself, all by his lonesome, and stood no chance against Swizzy and Vanac.
Cringe and Noms are contested by another player called Cringe.
The corner, Cringe behind the wall, takes the big stone to Cringe. Cringe takes damage. Cringe takes down Cringe. Cringe around the corner, and Cringe wins.
Initial shotgun.
It's the Alpha Cringe. We actually aren't. Oh, and a llama.
Swizzy and Vanac remain aggressive, but Swizzy is left as a solo in the process.
Great pickup. We can see how Swizzy is able to do it. Nice little drop down dash. Almost piece controlled them with the dash there. And above now. One shot from the DMR could be all they need here, but they get cracked. And Vanac gets dropped.
He looks on, sees a team there, tries to target him, but that's Venno and Tayson who might try to take advantage of a lot of that damage, but it's Swizzy who actually gets the knock.
Swizzy now, 136 above. He has lost Vanac, but we talked about it earlier. Clutching it up as a solo.
Further out himself, he finally goes down.
Cringe and Noms take over in endgame, going down to Fntasia and Fortnite.
As Noms is going to be able to pick it up.
That was a huge find. They were peeking through the builds to make that one a possibility. Peekaboo, I see you. And a lot of the other teams as well. It's going to come down to one. Fntasia comes crashing down from above. Cringe with a nice shot, but his teammate Fortnite is there with another crash landing to steal away the game.
But take first, with Vanac and Swizzy closely in second. Cringe vs. Cringe off spawn continues.
Not too surprised. Pleasant Piazza was pretty crowded in that last game, and like I said, I think Cringe and Noms, I think that major one battle against Queasy and
Swizzy takes out Noms, a little first versus second action to begin the endgame.
Even though they're on separate teams, they know exactly what it takes to reach the top.
Titans taken out of the game as Swizzy knocks down another. Noms.
The height, the win.
Gonna choose to change it up. Wings of Icarus once again conserving their materials as they look up, start chopping down height.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big moment for them with Seti and Cammy coming crashing down. They try to figure out a way to hold on to the backside of the zone. It cost them everything. Great shots by Swizzy coming through, and now they are the leaders. They are the kings on top of high ground. Hey, if anybody can make it happen, it is gonna be him. We've seen big plays already once, and already you see it, Swizzy ready to come crash landing down. Vanac does it again, learning on the fly, but he gets dropped down, and the win is solidified by Swizzy.
Then first place. Cringe and Noms win off spawn, but again struggle in the mid game.
Confidence rises. We gotta be careful. Pump shot attempted, but not landed. It's gonna be Noms.
By the zone altogether. Silly Seb on the other side. Noms trying to break into the box. This is where you have that 1v1 separation, but finally in comes Forzen.
Vanac and Swizzy keep rolling before going down.
Vanac and Swizzy, and they're just continuously taking it one step at a time, and they immediately push forward and then find themselves a blessing.
They're not giving him that time.
Just a moment to breathe is all he really needs.
As Valeri and Fire Hunter win.
Below, up height, dropping down, shots connecting. Dexy Eclipse goes down. It's all up to Dexy now, the 1 versus 2. Can he land his shots? He cannot. As Valeri and Fire Hunter take it home.
Noms and Cringe cook.
No. A tragedy coming to an end, but on the other hand, Noms and Cringe already taken down one. Clips being the other one that's left as a solo.
Vanac and Swizzy are in trouble, but are able to hang on.
Yeah, they have that full Wings of Icarus. They can continue with these rotations just like you're seeing on the screen here. Vanac from the replay. Great way to get at both opponents while still having pressure applied from all angles.
They're off of their rotation as well.
Opportunity, but they also got to be careful with the duos looking back at the zone from the Rift Island. Vanac, though, has lost Swizzy. Got the 2 eliminations, but with the pressure from the surrounding areas, they're going to have to overbuild here. They do have the materials to do so from those elims, so now hopefully we can pick Swizzy back up.
Cammy keeps cooking with the water bending.
I saw that guy just kind of chilling there for a moment. Jump on board Seti and Cammy having the same struggle as some of the other players here, down below the threshold. He was able to at least get one. You saw him instantly bounce up the threshold, and he finds another opportunity.
As he and Seti look to make a push to challenge Swizzy and Vanyak, Cringe goes down, leaving Noms as a solo.
Gotta be able to be careful. Pick and choose these moments as Crims just gets beamed by Toos.
Vanyak goes down as a solo.
Situation, pop the medkit, get him as healthy as possible because he knows without builds it's not going to be easy as Vanyak finds another 4 points with that elimination. But now he gets targeted out into the distance. Wings of Icarus quickly moving, grooving, finding his way to success here in the game, but just a little bit too high. But that's not going to be too much of a worry.
Cammy and Seti go down after another consistent game.
Even more to that total battle for the high ground. Cammy, Seti, they're ready to challenge Giannis and Flixie, but everything comes crumbling down.
Giannis and Flixie win day one's last game.
It's almost looking like a solo FNCS to end the game. A lot of the players' duos are down and out. Giannis starting to heal off. He's trying to go deep into the zone. Mappy knows he's trying to stop it, but he gets taken out. Cancels the medkit though. He did his job. But Giannis with a second medkit in his inventory with ease steals the game on back and rises to the top with a big win for him and Flixie.
Swizzy and Vanyak end the day with a nearly 100-point lead, but points count for 1.5 times on day 2 with some of the world's best duos in range. We were set up for an incredible day 2. Cringe and Noms are in big trouble with Surge. Day 2 would see them fall down the leaderboards.
That third and final Thunderbolt, about 80 shield, that's going to get him above the threshold. And like I said, whether if it's 6 or 600, that's where you want to be because instantly they fall below.
Malibuka as a solo starts the game off in a flow state as he looks to mount a challenge on day 2.
Replay of Malibuka here over towards Grim Gate. Fighting as he does best, takes down the other Cringe.
Saw him already by himself. He was able to at least find one elimination, help in terms of Surge, and he lines up another snipe and another knock.
Vanyak gets an elim as a solo, looking to pad the lead and clutches all kinds of placements.
Up that mountain, that's going to give equal opportunity for anybody to Flowberry Fizz their way up. A bounce back for Vanyak on the zone. He's able to get the blessing of the elimination. He's just trying to survive the onslaught. Again, Levin, he's going through unnoticed.
This is an absolute masterclass of how to play hide and seek in a Fortnite endgame. I mean, he has survived for much longer than he should have been allowed to stay in this one. Finally gets chunked down a bit, and that's going to force him all the way onto low, but the dashes allow him to move around a bit quick. 9 HP will be his doom.
Reason and Vidil cook, but Fastroki pulls out the win.
He took down Swizzy as well, pushing themselves into a top 3 situation, already having 13 eliminations as a team. They're ready to seal the deal, make it 14 as Dastru gets taken down, but attacks from above. Reason finding some struggles. It's Fastroki, it's Robon dropping down at the perfect moment to take the game by storm.
Vidil and Reason jump up 8 places to second with a 14 elimination second, showing the power of the day 2 points multiplier. Cringe goes down.
Free piece. Doesn't matter what he finds from here on out because it does look like he's getting targeted by Sato.
Swizzy and Vanyak cook, but it comes at a price.
And as soon as Robon goes for a little bit of a peek, tries to make a play, he instantly regrets it. That was Vanyak and Swizzy who start to aggress on that situation. A lot of damage being dealt. They're looking for the elimination, but things turn sideways. Swizzy dropped down to 47 HP until he's eventually knocked down altogether. You see him instantly passing on over those resources because he knows Vanyak cannot be the hero and save the day, at least not for now.
Gets up the hill. A lot of players still down there. Oh my goodness, yeah. No solo clutch for Vanyak. It'll be Cammy and Seti to take him out.
Reason goes down, deflating their push a bit.
With no HP, and he will eventually fall as well. Everyone just dropping like flies.
The game ends with a star-studded 2v2, as Veno manages to clean up the game.
The finishing blows.
Cammy's just not scared. He's ready to drop down, forward, in and out of the zone, but there's a lot of space being commanded by Venom and Tayson on the low ground. But the inevitable will happen. These two teams will drop down low, but Cammy, he's taking most of the damage. Great shots by Veno, and he finally seals the deal, taking down Cammy, but he's in a 1v1. Tayson gets traded out.
Moving into the top 10, their high point, with Cammy and Seti taking second. Vanyak and Swizzy are not letting up.
Falling down below. The time that they stay idle. Already 2 eliminations for Swizzy.
Wow.
And Vanyak. And damage from across the map. They're looking like they're going to solidify another one on the Hedra.
What's going on right now, but we saw that Vanac got eliminated in 7th zone. Not even close to the end game, 7th zone.
Continuing their brilliant tournament with this solo clutch.
Again, they're keeping things moving and grooving.
Now, another situation where we'll have to see Veno get the job done. Swizzy has done so well to stay alive again. We start talking about holding on to leaves. He's done it perfectly here. The placement points will just keep them pushing at the top. At what point do we start to say, no one can close this lead, no one can catch up to these guys, because they're just going to keep on having games like this. Even in the face of adversity, Swizzy able to stay alive with 5 eliminations in this game. He's face to face with Veno and he will win. He takes him down. His KC brother, he doesn't care though. That's 6 on the game. Swizzy with the top 5.
Chap and Teeny pull out the win.
The Mount Olympus gods to win this game. They get dropped down though. They will have to fight. Teeny does the damage. He picks up 1. But is it going to be enough? He has to stretch splashes to try and heal off. But it looks like Antics is a bit more prepared than him. They're going to fight though. They're going to go on an engagement. Antics with 1 HP left. He is able to get the shot. But it won't be enough to win the game. He's trying to hold on. And he will not be able to. Teeny wins the game.
Only a major plot twist would cause Swizzy and Vanac to lose now. And we got a plot twist, as Swizzy and Vanac 1v2 before going down to a third party.
Now has the weight of the world on his shoulders to try ClutchUp here, then they're getting third partied as well. Oh my goodness. He's gonna make something happen though. He takes down 1. Vanac refuses to lose. He refuses to give up his first place slot. And he might even take out both of them. Oh my goodness, Vanac is unbelievable.
He shoots another haymaker shot, fighting for every fiber of his being until unfortunately he goes down.
Sensing the opportunity, Vidil cooks.
Reason of Vidil though, up to no good as usual, I'm sure. Yeah, Giras and Chari, their latest victims.
Swizzy and Thomas go down, ending their shot.
Especially since he's running out of heals, taking damage from the Storm. Storm Surge finally does him in.
Cammy and Seti keep pushing.
Much better. Just like that, they turn it around. And the limb here onto Destru.
Vidil cooks as a solo a little bit more.
To be able to cover as much distance as reason, and he quickly flies by Trash and takes him down. That's a big elim.
Cammy goes down after closing the gap.
With devious intentions here behind Strapped. He will be able to connect with 1 shot. Won't he be able to finish it though? Strapped will be able to survive as Cammy goes down.
Antics and Sato win and start climbing after starting the day in 46th.
If you could figure out a way to separate Antics and Sato in a 1v2, but Strapped is still alive and he's trying to cause destruction and distractions. Everything comes crashing down. Fntasia gets a knock onto 1. Siphon doesn't come through and the game is ended just like that.
Cammy and Seti get back to within 100 points. In game 11, they were no longer contested and get down to business.
At least top 10 in this one.
Oh, was one of them stolen?
Oh, it does look like Vanac with the water bending just steals it away. He even goes up a few layers, but the onslaught of attack from Swizzy will continue. Shot getting fired off from multiple directions, and eventually the numbers game adds up.
Fastroki and Robin go down to Chap and Teeny, 2 teams fighting for one of the last remaining spots at land.
To go on to Roban. It's almost going to be a waste because he floats down to his demise, goes down altogether. A little bit too much distance for their liking. They reposition, use the Flowberry Fizz to once again go on the onslaught of attack, and Fastroki's time is quickly running out as he finally gets put down.
Then Teeny is up to his old tricks, taking out Seti and ending any question over first place.
Seti went down. Teeny waiting here in this box. Oh no, baited. Just, boxed up, boxed like a fish, get him out of here.
Teeny continues his gem of a game with a tier 1 highlight.
Barely missing that shot there, Malibuka. But it's still gonna be trouble in paradise for Teeny and Chap. Teeny gonna force the issue here as a solo drops right down into X-Force's face, then takes him down, sends him to the lolly.
Vanac and Swizzy take height.
Vanac and Swizzy, they don't want to take this to the last game.
As Teeny eliminates Malibuka.
And he wants in.
It's the battle of the solos. Who will be victorious right now? Teeny tramples over Malibuka.
Leading to a 1v1 between him and Vanac, who has an FNCS clinching clutch.
Sacrifice going deep in his zone, quickly dashing his way there. Vanac now trying to drop on down, and this is it. The final moment. He's trying to take over. He just doesn't want to take part in a game like this, but he is out of builds. And Teeny, he has the high ground, and he is ready to seal the deal. But up goes Vanac, and he steals it away. 11 eliminations. questions. What have we just witnessed?
With Swizzy enjoying every minute. Now, one of the 5 land spots was all that the lobby was playing for. And every team in the top 15 had a legitimate shot. Veno and Tayson go down early, losing their qualification hope.
To win this fight, if he wants to keep the dream alive, this could be the last time we see Tayson and Veno together as a duo in the Fntasia. Fntasia and Swizzy, their rivals this season, have just hunted them down, and Veno can't escape any longer. That will be the end of the road for Fntasia and Swizzy at fencing fields, and you see the celebration come through. It means a lot to them.
Vanyak cooks Seti in a victory lap.
I mean, he'll try. I don't know how much he'll succeed. Vanyak's pushing him, and Vanyak will get the job done.
Teeny goes down with second secured.
It's gifted, a blessing. He has the front side as well, so he doesn't have to travel far, but there's so many teams all around him, and he's just trying to create space. 2 HP. Pixie, Rocks are on the other side. They're knocking out the door.
Vanyak and Swizzy keep going.
They're knocking out the door, and he is answered by getting taken down. We see Vanya just continuing to spread the gap.
Oh my god.
It's 1. It goes back to back.
But Andalex and Sato sense the final spot for Globals is available. They take height and cook.
All around up until this point, and Andalex and Sato, they have the high ground for now, but there's still so many heavy hitters still left in this lobby that have a claim for the throne.
Andalex and Sato now need to go ballistic in this endgame.
Tough.
Queasy doing his best to stay alive, but with just 14 HP, you've got to think his time has come. It's Sato to take him out.
Completing the game's greatest day 2 comeback.
He's stuck in the crevice, he's stuck in the hole, and he goes down for it. Final 2 position, and the game goes to Andalex and Swizzy.
A big game for Andalex and Swizzy.
But Swizzy and Vanyak win, with Chap and Teeny, Cammy and Seti, Vidil and Reason, who got wholesome.
Ich weiß nicht, Digga. Haben wir es geschafft?
Yeah! And Andalex and Sato coming up all the way from 46, with a bunch of big names rounding out the top 10. Tayson and Veno in 11th, with a reaction that switched between frustration and accountability. But this tournament will be remembered for one thing: Blood X's OnlyFans.
You are so funny.
Just kidding. It was a testament to the resilience of Swizzy and the ridiculous skill of Vanyak, the incredible comeback of Andalex, Reason and Vidil's return to the top of EU, and Chap's incredible first grand finals. Iconic American general George Patton once said, "Success is how high you bounce when you hit bottom." Like, sub, and check out our other videos.